Welcome to the Deep Dive. Our mission today, well, it's giving you a really quick essential guide on something that's honestly changing lives, food intolerance testing.
That's right. And we're drawing all our key facts today from the experts over at Blood Test UK.
Exactly. We want to look at how this stuff is helping people, right in their communities, places like Ellesmere Port, get a real handle on their health. Okay, so let's unpack this. What is a food intolerance exactly? Because I think lots of people get it mixed up with food allergies.
Yeah, that's a super common confusion, and it's a really key difference. An allergy is like immediate. Think sudden, big reaction, sometimes dangerous.
Right, the IgE reaction, the fire alarm.
Exactly. But an intolerance, that's different. It's slower. Blood Test UK describes it as your body just struggling to digest certain foods properly.
So not an attack, more like a slow drain.
Kinda, yeah. It leads to those nagging things, bloating, maybe gas, headaches that just won't quit, stuff that builds up over time.
Yeah.
And finding out what food is causing that. Well, Blood Test UK highlights that as a massive shortcut to feeling genuinely better.
I like that, shortcut to feeling better. So why is this particularly relevant now? Especially for someone, say, living locally in Ellesmere Port. Why should they care?
Well, the benefits are just huge. Blood Test UK calls the impact transformative.
Transformative. How so?
Okay, 3 main things usually happen when people find their trigger foods and, adjust their diet. First, their tummy health gets way better. Less bloating, less pain.
Makes sense.
Second, energy levels. People often feel revitalized, less sluggish, less tired all the time because their body isn't constantly fighting the food they eat.
Okay, that's a big one. Energy.
Huge. And third, long-term health. Sorting this out can help prevent bigger problems down the line, things linked to chronic inflammation.
And Blood Test UK says this testing helps personalize your diet, right? It's not guesswork.
Exactly. It's tailored to you.
So how do the tests actually work? In simple terms, Blood Test UK mentions things like blood tests, breath tests.
Yeah, the main one you hear about is the blood test. It looks for specific proteins, IgG antibodies, that your body might make when it reacts to bits of food.
Okay, IAG. So high levels mean a problem.
Well, that's where it gets a bit nuanced, and the Blood Test UK is clear on this. High IgG means your body's encountered that food, maybe it's sensitive, it doesn't automatically scream intolerance.
Ah, right, so it's not a diagnosis on its own.
No, exactly. It's a clue, a really strong clue. That's why they always say, work with the results in a food diary, maybe a nutritionist. You test, then you eliminate that food, see if symptoms improve. That's how you confirm it.
Got it. And the breath tests.
Those are usually for specific things like lactose intolerance. If you can't digest lactose, it ferments in your gut, releasing gases like hydrogen.
And you breathe it out, and the test measures it.
You got it. Simple, but pretty effective for certain issues.
What really hits home for me, though, are the real-world results. Blood Test UK must have examples, right? People in places like Ellesmere Port seeing real changes.
Oh, absolutely. Think about someone with, say, chronic bloating and just feeling wiped out all the time. They might think it's just stress.
Yeah, common assumption.
Then a test flags up a sensitivity, maybe to gluten or dairy. They carefully remove it, and suddenly, weeks later, the bloating's gone, energy's back. It happens all the time.
Wow. Or like the example of a child, maybe, with constant headaches.
Yeah, exactly. Headaches disappear when, say, dairy is identified and removed. It's not always about meds. Sometimes it's just about finding that trigger food. It really can change your health path.
Okay, so let's say someone listening, maybe in Ellesmere Port, gets tested. They get the results back. What happens next? What does Blood Test UK recommend?
Right, crucial part. First step. Don't just start randomly cutting out foods that can cause other problems.
Okay.
The advice is always to work with someone, like a nutritionist, to make a proper plan. Make sure you're swapping things out smartly, getting the nutrients you need.
So substitutes are key, like if you can't have cow's milk.
Exactly. There are great options. Almond milk, oat milk, lots of fortified ones. And second, keep that food diary going. It helps you track how you feel and spot any other hidden triggers.
So it sounds like this whole process, guided by experts like Blood Test UK, really puts the power back in your hands. You need to understand your own body better.
That's precisely it. You're taking control based on what your body is telling you.
Is there anything else we should keep in mind long term?
Yeah, one really important thing Blood Test UK points out, your intolerances can actually change over time.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Well, things like age, shifts in your gut health, stress. Your body isn't static. So they often recommend maybe retesting, perhaps every 6 to 12 months or so.
Okay, so it's not necessarily a one-and-done thing.
Not always. It's about ongoing management, making sure your diet keeps working for you as your body changes. That's key for long-term well-being.
That's a really vital point for managing health proactively. Fantastic insights. Thank you for walking us through all that. And thank you for joining us on this deep dive into food intolerance testing, using the expert guidance from Blood Test UK. Hopefully, you now feel a bit more empowered to take that first step towards understanding your plate and your health.